By February 2026, the military offensive between the US, Israel, and Iran had escalated into intense, direct combat, with casualties mounting on all sides. American and Israeli forces focused their firepower on heavily defended strategic targets. Airstrikes hammered hostile airspace, focusing on facilities like the Bushehr nuclear power plant. During one of these high-altitude bombing runs, the air defenses closed in. An American F-15E Strike Eagle was shot out of the sky, crashing deep inside Iranian territory. Both crew members ejected. Search and rescue teams pulled the pilot out within hours, but the weapons systems officer, the co-pilot managing the strike payload, was lost in the rugged mountains. The military immediately activated personnel recovery protocols to prevent a catastrophic compromise. If interrogated, a weapons systems officer could be forced to reveal secure communication keys or encryption protocols. Coerced video statements would also give Tehran immense diplomatic leverage, turning a single downed crew member into the center of a geopolitical standoff. For over 24 hours, the missing officer navigated the steep, unforgiving terrain. He moved almost entirely at night to avoid thermal detection and local patrols. Every decision he made was dictated by his SERI training: survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. It is a rigorous protocol that teaches downed air crews how to disappear behind enemy lines. His supplies were terrifyingly thin. He carried little more than a sidearm, a survival beacon, and a secure communications device to reach friendly forces. Meanwhile, the Iranian military was closing the net. Authorities blanketed the region with search parties and broadcasted bounties to local residents, asking for any information leading to his capture. The officer knew he couldn't shoot his way out. His only job was to stay hidden and keep his secure beacon transmitting just long enough for American satellites and rescue teams to lock onto his exact coordinates. Locating that signal triggered a massive response. The U.S. scrambled dozens of aircraft, continuous drone surveillance, and a ground force of hundreds of special operations commandos. But they needed a clear path. This map illustrates how the CIA flooded Iranian networks with misinformation, creating a false digital trail. This deception pulled search units away from the crash site, opening a narrow corridor for U.S. commandos to slip through. As the extraction team closed the final distance, the deception wore off. Iranian convoys rushed the area, and a firefight broke out. Overhead, American warplanes and drones unleashed heavy fire to block the advancing vehicles. The recovery of a single airman required a massive concentration of localized firepower, pulling hundreds of specialists and multi-million-dollar surveillance assets into a 3-square-mile search grid. The commandos reached the officer and pulled him from the mountains. They moved him to a remote Iranian airstrip for extraction, but the mission hit a wall. 2 of the American transport planes sent to fly the team out experienced critical mechanical failures right there on the runway. The entire rescue force was stranded. With enemy forces closing in, the on-ground commander made a drastic call. They planted explosives and intentionally destroyed the multi-million-dollar aircraft, ensuring Iranian forces couldn't capture and reverse engineer the technology. Backup transport planes were immediately scrambled. They touched down, loaded the rescue teams along with the injured officer, and lifted off just before Iranian reinforcements could overrun the tarmac. Destroying your own aircraft is a steep price, but under the rules of personnel recovery, sacrificing hardware is a necessary cost to prevent an enemy from claiming a major tactical or technological win. The backup planes crossed out of Iranian airspace and landed safely at a medical facility in Kuwait. The mission ended with the weapons systems officer secured and 0 American casualties. President Donald Trump later confirmed the extraction publicly, stating, "We got him," and labeling the rescue a daring operational success. The 2026 war is defined by high-altitude remote strikes against nuclear infrastructure. Yet the safety of the crew depends on the tactical reality of boots on the ground, navigating mountain ridges in the dark to recover a single teammate. No matter how advanced remote warfare and precision missiles become, the human element remains the greatest vulnerability. When a pilot goes down, the military will commit hundreds of lives and sacrifice millions in hardware to guarantee no one is left behind.